Welcome to Behind the Headlines. I've got Antonio Sabato Jr. with me today. You might know him as a movie star, as a soap opera star, but I just want to get to know him, and I want to give you everything that you don't know already.
Yeah, let's find out.
Yeah, let's find out.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
I'm so glad to have you here.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And I was excited when you ran for Congress, and I love politics, so I don't want to get too political today.
I
don't. You don't
Not
at
anymore.
all.
No,
Not
no.
anymore.
No. It's a world that I know very, very well, and I know the ins and outs. And in politics, sometimes you have some good and some bad.
So your love affair with politics is entirely over.
It's tough because it's like fighting for something, but your hands are tied behind your back. It's tough to fight a fight that you care, and I'm very passionate about. People say, you get really passionate and you get about politics. I get passionate about my country. Mm-hmm. And so, I love to fight, and I love to fight for things that mean so much to me and my family and my kids. And when you can't fight the fight, in politics, you need to have a lot of money, a lot of backup. You need to have people that are with you from the beginning. And I have few friends in politics, and that's a lot, because a lot of people in politics are very much involved in their own selfish scheme, and my main goal is the people. I love the people of this country. I love what we stand for. I love the flag. I love the military. I love the cops. I love, what this country is really all about. And but when the president calls me, I'm there for him. When the few people that I told you about are there and they want my help, I'm there for them. But right now, my main concern is my family. I've learned from my losses. I actually learned more, and I'm glad in a way that I lost that fight, because I tell you, I don't live in California anymore. California is doomed. I feel it hurts it hurts my heart to know what that state is going through, and what they're doing to it, what the governor and all those liberals are doing to that state it's tough. And this is not about the Republicans or the Democrats, because in some ways, let me tell you something, in some ways both are wrong, and sometimes both are right. But they never seem to work together.
We're very divided right now.
We're very divided. It's scary. It's a scary thought to think that certain people are willing to fight this president and not fight for the country. Right now, I don't want to get into politics, but if things change, you'll be the first one to know.
Awesome. Well, I expect I'm going to hold you to that, because I want to be the first one to know if this changes, and I would love to see you run. But I think your love for this country goes really deep, and I know a little bit about your history, but I don't think a lot of people know that, you come from a family of immigrants, and, you come from a family that really respected being in America.
Yeah, I mean, we came to this country legally. We did everything we had to do through the process, through hard times. We came, the four of us, me, my sister, she's right here, my parent, and our parents. We had to wait in line. We had to spend everything that we ever had, and this is right after our house in Rome burned down to the ground. So there was a lot of events in our lives that made us a lot stronger than ever, and we stuck together as a family, and so we made it here. We had that opportunity, and when we came here, we can say to ourselves as a family, we never took any money from any programs whatsoever. We came to this country, we worked hard. My mother had 3-4 jobs. My father had almost the same. They were working hard. They were sending us to school. We were trying to learn the language. We're trying to be proud Americans. We're trying to do the right things. And never once did my parents ever apply for any free programs of any sort. We did it the hard way. As a matter of fact, we stayed here for 2 years. We ran out of money. We had to go back to Italy again. Imagine that, moving from country to country. And still we didn't take any money from any free programs, as they call it, free programs. And then we came back again. And the last time we stuck around, and we did it as a family, and we're still here. But I was just in Italy right now, and I got to tell you, Italy's a mess, and their politics is even worse than ours. So so we might have some hope from our country.
Maybe, but you're a product of the American dream. I mean, your success story, your career, everything that's led up to today has really been part of that American opportunity.
America is the greatest country in the world. We need to show respect to our flag, and this country is relatively new. Yeah. But look what it's done in 200 years.
Amazing.
Amazing. I mean, who can say that? And we have helped every single country in the world. We still are there. Our military is still present in every country that we've been supporting for all these years to this day. We don't ask questions. We go in and take care of business. Who does that? So we stand for a lot, and we help everybody else. But now that we're in a situation where we need to help ourselves and the country and make it better, there's all this restriction, you know? It's like pulling and pulling, and I hate that because it should be very simple. America first, Americans first, and then we can take care of everybody else. It's like when you're on the plane and the mask come down, you got to put it on yourself. Then you got to put it on the
mask on first.
You know, and so that's how I feel about it. And you know, I'll debate anybody on the subject. There's one thing that I really like is debating other politicians because I relate on facts.
Yeah.
And that's why I like to do things with facts, not assumptions and illusions. But you know, there's people calling and they want me to help them out or run for other districts, but we'll see what happens.
And I think when you've spoken before, and you know, when you were campaigning, you just speak with simple logic. And I think that's one of the things that's missing right now in American politics. And a lot of these politicians have become these real career politicians. And I think, like a lot of us, you know, voting for Donald Trump was looking for that change, looking for somebody who wasn't a traditional politician, someone who's going to apply logic.
Absolutely. And what you know, you have to understand, a lot of these politicians are lawyers. They come from the world of lying. And so if I can express how I feel in a very educated, very college-like kind of wording, then people are going to follow me. But instead, you just talk to them honestly about what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. You know, you got to follow the money in the banks of these individuals because, you know, people that work in public office, they shouldn't be making money. They're doing that because they love the country and they're doing it for the people. But things have changed dramatically. Now it's about power. It's about money, because when you get into politics, you acquire this power, then you're above everybody else. You can speak and tell everyone how to live, and that's not your job. Your job is to work for that district, work for that city, work for that state, and make sure that everybody in that city living there is living a better life because of you. And if you don't acquire that for them, then you should be fired on the spot. And that's how I feel about it. And so there's politicians who've been around in these districts for 40, whatever years, and they do absolutely nothing. They acquire the money, they make more money, and they do nothing for the people.
Because at the end of the day, it's about serving people, which is something that I think a lot of people don't know is you're very philanthropic.
I mean, we're talking about helping individuals live their lives comfortably, in a loving way, in a kind way. And there's certain people out there that need our help. And so we need to focus on that, and it's making me a better person, a kinder person. I have a job, you know, I live in one of the most beautiful cities, Tampa, that I love, so I'm very fortunate and blessed.
Great catching up with you.
Same here, thank you.